Hey everybody, this is Game Over Talks, aka Nubby. See this teddy bear right here. If you're a Ravens fan and you really want this little guy, I get over 100 fans, he could definitely be yours. Anyways, let's start out with the great news of the week. Atlanta Falcons playing Jacksonville at home at Atlanta, which everybody knew going into this home game that Atlanta, being as strong as they are, was going to be ready, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I mean, come on now, 41 to 14. I thought Jacksonville would at least make it maybe a 14-point game at the most, but it ended up becoming a 27-point deficit to Jacksonville. Ouch. Also, on my docket today, I was looking at the game for the Cowboys. Wow, go Dallas. Dallas ended up winning tonight's Saturday Night Football. A a Marcus a magnificent win for Dallas. They pulled the game off at 31 to 15. Everybody knew with Dallas going into that game that it was going to be that free give me game, your pass. But what I've seen next week, Dallas is going to be playing Philly in Dallas. But yeah, everybody's like, oh, the Eagles do suck, blah blah blah. But who beat Dallas early this year? And I believe it was Philadelphia beating Dallas at home in Philly. I think that I don't like the Eagles. I'm not a big fan, but I like some of the players. Michael Vick, he's a great player. I got the Eagles next week, and I may feel stupid, and you Dallas fans may go boo to me, but just listen to what I have to say. The Eagles have struggled a lot this year, but when the count comes every year, at the very end of the year, the Eagles just somehow manage to fire up and win them last few games. And Dallas ain't so hot in December, so you got to remember that. So Christmas Day, the Eagles could be eating their nice little Christmas cake and having a little bit of pie on the side with Dallas losing and the Giants making the playoffs by winning the division. I think the Giants will win the division because of one reason, and that is because the win last week over Dallas. I think the Giants will beat Dallas in New York. And the fact is that the Giants pretty much with their schedule, I've actually been looking at, have the remaining other three games at home. Besides the game at the Jets, which, that's still like a home game, as they were saying on the TV today. And, you know, I've got the Giants going to win that division. Um, on top of the docket, you got Atlanta going to the Saints next week, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Atlanta will be at the New Orleans, and they will be at Tampa, and then Tampa Bay will be coming to Atlanta. Tampa Bay is a win. New Orleans is going to be a 7-point game. New Orleans wins by 7 on the 26th on Monday night. That's just me. I mean, people are going to sit here and go, oh, he's stupid for making that decision. But, the recap of most of Atlanta's games, they lost to Chicago 30 to 12. They beat Philly 35-31. Tampa Bay 16-13. So last time Tampa got the best of them, but I think Atlanta will pull off Tampa Bay. Lost, and then they beat the Seattle Seahawks 28-30. Lost to Green Bay 14-25. Beat Carolina 31-17. 16-23, and Atlanta beat the Lions, the Colts 31-7. I mean, obviously their big wins have been over easy teams. And like I said to everybody before I left the house this afternoon, Atlanta's kind of got it easy, but the most easiest schedule at the end of the year, I'm going to have to give it a drum roll, and I'm going to have to go to this Pittsburgh Steelers. But with what I seen this afternoon, Pittsburgh will be struggling against San Francisco. With Big Ben hurting right now, there's just going to be one nice little licking from a San Fran player, and he's going to be out for the game. It's Palomar hamstring. You know, Sanders, he's hurting too, and it's just going to hell and back for the Steelers at this late of the year. But we'll have to see what happens come Monday night. I do believe Big Ben will start, but Troy Polamalu not practicing I just don't think if they do start him, he's not going to be out there, but maybe a quarter. Um, with the games, so many people, if you didn't watch my 15 video, I respect you, and you probably really want to know the games. You got Miami going to Buffalo, Seattle going to Chicago, Carolina at Houston, Tennessee at Indianapolis, which I call an upset. Indianapolis will beat Tennessee. Green Bay at Kansas City. Kansas City's just going to die. They're just going to get demolished. New Orleans at Minnesota. New Orleans will win that by 20. Washington going to New York Giants, going to be a very good game. If you're really into the NFC games, you better watch that game because that could be a really big shocker. Cincinnati, St. Louis. Cincinnati's just going to kill St. Louis. I mean, you looked at earlier this year with Baltimore going to, St. Louis. Baltimore did destroy them. They ended up winning that game with a major 30-point deficit to St. Louis. We'll have to see about that. Detroit at Oakland was going to be a very good game. Cleveland at Arizona. You know, Arizona's been picking it up in the last few weeks. I think Arizona's going to win that one. I really do. New England going to Denver. Now, that's the one I really want to discuss right now, and that's the one I'm going to. But the remaining games are New York Jets at Philly, Baltimore, San Diego Sunday night, Pittsburgh, San Francisco Monday night. But the game that I really want to go at is the Denver game. Now, please shut the fuck up. Excuse my language about Tebow. He's not that good of a player. He's not the best player. You Denver fans can hate me or not. I'm tired of turning on ESPN because, me. If I could be an ESPN commentator, I would. But with the Tebow this, Tebow that, you could talk about him 1 week, 6 weeks later, say something about him, or a little segment every day, every week. I don't care. But the point is, every time I turn it into the ESPN, it's all about Tebow. What about Baltimore? What about Pittsburgh Steelers? What about them 10-3 teams that are in the divisions right in the AFC right now, looking at going into the playoffs? What about them? You got New England, Houston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, all sitting at 10-3. And if I forgot your team, bitch me out. I don't care. But 4 teams sitting at 10-3 in the AFC. Where's the commentation on that? Where's the happiness? Oh yeah, well, instead, I get it on there, and the worst that they say about my team is that, oh, Baltimore's lacking in skill. Let me tell you what, who's held to teams under 10 points in the past 4 weeks? We've held our every game under 4 points. So you got to think about it. I mean, come on now, the Ravens are stepping the game up in a big way, but yet again, Tebow stills the show, which it is starting to really piss me off. Excuse my language. You know, we, you know, uh, we. I mean, look at the big wins we've gotten. We've beaten Pittsburgh twice. The last time we beat them 23-20. We beaten Cincinnati 31-24. San Francisco 16-6. Cleveland, yeah, big whippy 24-10. Indianapolis 24-10. Now we got San Diego. And you know what? If we beat San Diego, maybe they should be able to talk about a little bit more about, our divisions. The AFC North is the toughest division to even walk in. So, with that said, I want some comments on this video about what you think about how I feel about Tebow. Excuse my language, but they're talking way too much about Tebow. Anyways, hit me up at Game Over Talks on YouTube, or look up my Facebook group, which is Game Over Talks 52. It's my Facebook page. You can send me an ad. I will be posting updates and requests for anything else. Please get back at me. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. And I'll be adding more on my wall on my RPME, so not my RPME, but I'll be adding a little bit more on my Facebook, my actual homepage. If you want to find me, Raven Lee Kasler, Kasler, you'll bring me right up. If that's my actual Facebook, you need to email me. Game.over52 at live.com. Please, if you need me for anything, email me. Thank you, and have a great day.